Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's reading from Brilliant as the Sun, a retelling of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Divine Protection. We are going to begin chapter 8, the Narayana-Kavacha. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langhaite girim. Yat kripatamham bande, Shri Gurum Deenatarinam, Paramananda Madhavam, Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram, Hari Om Tat Sat. Verses 1 and 2. As the warrior king, Parikshit felt intrigued. My lord, please tell me more about the Narayana-Kavacha. Did it protect both Indra and his carriers? I am eager to know how he conquered his enemies to recover rulership of the universe. Verse 3, Shukadev said, Indra also wanted Vishwarup to explain everything about the Kavach. Listen to what Vishwarup told him. Vishwarup placed the first ladle of ghee into the flame as he chanted Swaha. Smoke billowed up into the sky. The gods watched carefully. Vishwarup rose and turned to Indra. Come. Indra stepped forward. Vishwarup touched each part of Indra's body as he intoned indiscernible mantras. He first touched Indra's feet, then his knees, thighs, abdomen, heart, chest, mouth and head. Then he did the same in reverse. He continued in quick succession to chant other mantras, each time touching different parts of Indra's body. After half an hour, he stepped back. You are now fully protected. No force in the universe can harm you. Indra raised his eyebrows. That's all I need. Yes, said Vishwarup, and began clearing up his sacrificial utensils. The gods looked at each other. Could they trust Vishwarup? What if he was tricking them and sending Indra to his death? Indra cleared his throat awkwardly. He did not want to risk offending Vishwarup, but if he was going to put his faith in this Narayana-Kavacha, he wanted to understand how it worked. I would like to know exactly what you just did, he said. You know, in case I need to do it myself one day, it's complicated, said Vishwarup. Without looking up, if it needs renewing, which I doubt, I will reapply it for you. What if you are busy or something, said Indra. I would really like to know how to apply it myself. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but just in case. Verses 4 to 6, Vishwarup stood up and rubbed his hands together to dust off any kusha grass or ash. He then purified them with a few drops of water and said, Okay, I will explain. Please listen carefully. This is what you should do as soon as any fearful situation arises. First wash your hands and legs, then perform achaman to purify yourself by chanting this mantra, beginning Om Apavitraha Pavitro Va. He recited the whole mantra and Indra said, Ah yes, I know this one. By remembering the lotus-eyed Lord Vishnu, all persons become pure both outwardly and inwardly. Correct, replied Vishwarup. After purifying yourself, chant this 8-syllable mantra as you touch 8 parts of your body. The mantra is Om Namo Narayana. Use both your hands to first touch your 2 feet, then both knees, both thighs, your abdomen, heart, chest, mouth and head. Each time chant the mantra Om Namo Narayanaya. Then chant the mantra in reverse as you touch the same parts of your body in reverse order. In reverse, said Indra. Oh, yes, Om Ya Na Ya Ra Na. As you chant this, first touch your head, then your mouth, chest, heart, abdomen, thighs, knees, and finally both feet. Indra said, Is it right to chant a mantra in reverse order? Are you sure this won't bring about any misfortune? Vishwarup sighed. Indra obviously did not trust him. Check the Vedas for yourself. It is called Utpatti Nyas. That is when you chant the original mantra in the first order I gave you. Doing it in reverse is called Samhara Nyas. Indra's face reddened. Oh, of course, I'm sure you are right, but I'm just trying to understand, that's all. No problem, said Vishwarup. Sympathetically, it's natural you want to get things right. Now listen carefully to what you should do next. Verse 7, he held up both his hands and said, The next mantra you have to chant has 12 syllables. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. As you chant each syllable, touch the tip of each finger, beginning with the index finger of your right hand and ending with the index finger of your left. As you chant the 4 remaining syllables, touch the joints of both thumbs. As Vishwarup spoke, in the practice doing exactly he directed. Right, that's fine. What next? Verses 8 to 10. The next mantra you have to chant has 6 syllables. Om Vishnave Namaha. As you chant Om, touch your heart. As you chant V, touch the top of your head. As you chant Sh, touch between your eyebrows. When you chant Na, touch your tuft of hair at the back of your head. When you chant Ve, touch between your eyes. Finally, chant Na as you touch all the joints of your body. When you have chanted that, chant Ma while meditating that it is a weapon. If you do this properly, the mantra's protective armor will fix itself to you. Next, you face the east and chant Ma Astray Fat. You repeat this facing each direction. By doing so, the mantra will protect you from every direction. So what exactly is the significance of these mantras? Asked Indra. Om Namo Narayanaya and Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and Om Vishnave Namaha all offer obeisance to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, addressing him by his various names. For example, Om Vishnave Namaha means all glories to Lord Vishnu. Ma Astrayaphat means thus I call for my weapon. As you chant these mantras, you must have an attitude of full respect for Lord Vishnu. Very good, muttered Indra. What next? Verse 11. Once you have chanted these mantras, then meditate on Lord Narayan, remembering that he is full of the 6 excellences: beauty, wealth, strength, intelligence, renunciation, and fame. Also consider how you are one in quality with him. Indra frowned. You want me to think that I am one with Narayan? Is that not offensive? Vishwarup said, it's offensive to think you are equal to Narayan in every way. All living entities are one in quality with Narayan, but different in quantity. Just a drop of ocean water has all the qualities of the entire ocean, but is not as great as the sea. Similarly, we have the same constitution as Narayan, but we are not as powerful as him. Since he is indestructible and eternal, so are we, the individual souls. Indra nodded. Yes, I understand now. What next? After you have meditated on these things, then you should request the Lord's protection by chanting the following prayer known as Narayana-Kavacha. Verse 12. Lord Hari sits on Garuda's back, touching him with his lotus feet. He holds 8 weapons: the conch shell, disc, shield, sword, club, arrows, bow, and ropes. May he always protect me with his 8 arms. He is all powerful because he fully possesses the 8 mystic powers. Verse 13. When he assumes the form of great fish, he is Lord Matsya. May he protect me from the fierce aquatics when I am in the water. When he assumes the form of a dwarf, he is Lord Vaman. May he protect me on land. When he expands himself to cover the entire universe, he is Lord Trivikram. May he protect me in the sky. Verse 14, when he appears as half lion, half man to kill Hiranyakashipu, the Lord Nrsimha, his loud laughing vibrates all around, causing the demons' pregnant wives to miscarry. May he protect me in all directions, especially in difficult situations like in the forest and battlefront. Verse 15, his boar incarnation Varahadev is known by sacrifice. In that incarnation, he lifted the planet Earth on the tips of his tusks and raised it from the bottom of the Garbhodak ocean. May he protect me while I travel by road. May the Lord in his form as Parshuram protect me on mountain tops, and may Lord Ramchandra and his brother Lakshman protect me in foreign countries. Verse 16, may Lord Narayan protect me from false religious systems and from becoming mad. In his form as Nara, may he protect me from false pride. In his form as Dattatreya, the master of mystic yoga, may he protect me from falling away from the path of yoga. May Lord Kapila, who is endowed with all wonderful qualities, protect me from materialistic work, which binds one to karmic reactions. Verse 17, as Sanat Kumar, may he protect me from the lust. In his form as Hayagriva, may he protect me from committing offenses in course of my duties. In his incarnation as Narad, may he protect me from offenses in deity worship, and his tortoise form as Lord Kurma, may he protect me from falling to the unlimited hellish planets. Verse 18, as Dhanvantari, may he protect me from eating food which will make me ill. Fear arises from seeing the world in terms of duality, good and bad, friend and enemy. As Lord Rishabdev, who conquered his mind and senses, may he protect me from such fear. As Lord Yagya, may he protect me from defamation. As Lord Balram, may he protect me from injuries inflicted by others. And as Lord Shesha, may he protect me from envious serpents. Verse 19, in his incarnation as Vyasadev, may he protect me from the ignorance of Vedic knowledge. As Lord Buddha, may he protect me from acting sinfully or from neglecting my duties. In his form of Kalki, who protects religious principles, may he protect me from the contaminations of the Kali Yuga. Verses 20 to 26, Vishwarup invoked the protection of Krishna's different incarnations for each phase of the day and night, and protection of his disc, club, conch shell, sword and shield from all demonic races and their soldiers. Verses 27 to 30, he prayed that the glorification of Krishna's qualities and pastimes and the chanting of his holy names protect Indra from all inauspicious influences. He appealed to Krishna's form carriers like Garuda and personal associates and other incarnations to protect Indra from all dangers. Verses 31 to 34. He explained that Krishna can destroy all dangers because everything in the universe is his energy. Those advanced in knowledge can see Krishna everywhere, and he always protects them. He concluded the prayer by again invoking Nrsimha's protection and glorifying his devotee Prahlad. Verse 35, when he had finished reciting the Narayana-Kavacha, Vishwarup said, O Indra, thus I have told you how to apply Lord Narayan's mystic armor. Equipped with this, you will certainly conquer the demons. Indra said, this armor will protect me, but what of the other gods and our armies? Please protect them as well. Verse 36, Vishwarup said, if they touch your feet while you are wearing this armor, they too will be protected. Indra said, I have a vast army. It will take too long for my soldiers to come and touch my feet. Then while wearing the Narayana-Kavacha, just glance over anyone you want to protect, that will suffice. Really, said Indra incredulously, how is that possible? Verse 37, it is possible, said Vishwarup patiently, because the Narayana-Kavacha is subtly connected to Narayan himself. By his grace, it protects anyone who employs it from government, harassment, plunderers, evil demons, and all types of disease. Indra nodded. It sounded feasible, but how could he be sure it would work? Verses 38 to 40, Vishwarup could see that Indra was uncertain. He reminded him of an incident that he knew about. Do you recall how Chitrartha, the Gandharv king, was once out flying in his airplane with his many girlfriends when his plane suddenly landed without his will? Indra nodded. He remembered Chitrartha telling him about that when he landed. 60,000 thumb-sized sages known as Valikilyas surrounded his plane. They led him to a heap of human bones and told him these had belonged to a great sage. They told him to take the bones with him on his plane to the river Saraswati. After submerging the bones in the river, he was to bathe in the river himself and then return home. Vishwarup said, do you know why this plane was forced to land? Indra shook his head. The bones he took to Saraswati river belonged to a Brahmin called Kaushika. He was wearing this armor when he gave up his body in the middle of the desert. Indra raised his eyebrows. You mean to say the Narayana-Kavacha arranged for his final rites? Vishwarup said. Vishwarup nodded. Amazing, said Indra. All glories to Narayan and his powerful Kavacha, exclaimed Parikshit in wonder. All glories to Lord Krishna, who always protects his devotees. He asked Shukadev if anyone could employ Narayan's mystical armor. Verse 41, Shukadev said, certainly, my dear Parikshit, what to speak of wearing the Narayana-Kavacha? Even by hearing about it with faith and respect, a person becomes fearless in the face of fearful situations and is honored by others. Was Indra finally convinced? Verse 42, oh yes, see how powerful is the mantra. Even though Indra had previously performed 100 sacrifices, he was still not invincible. After receiving this prayer of protection from Vishwarup, he conquered all the demons and enjoyed the opulence of the three worlds. So we'll begin chapter 9 next time, the demon Vritra. Thank you for joining. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.